We're going to talk MVP candidates. Who do you think the league MVP is? We're going to start. We're going to start my boy Will. We're going to start with Godric. 3-8. I did put the emotes in Discord. Yeah, stop. All right, Will. Hot takes. Give me what you got.
Hot takes. Well, I'm gonna have to go with the dramatic improvement he's got. I gotta go with Lamar Jackson. And the reason why, he's got a 77.7 QBR. That's top 5. His completion percentage is 66%. He's got 19 touchdowns, and his passing yards is 22. He's at 2,200 yards now. Now, this is just that, but, I mean, when you combine the rushing, the rushing just completely is staggering. The rushing, I think so far, he has 788 yards through 10 games. Put that in perspective.
No.
He's got almost as many rushing yards as Michael Vick did through 16 games. And we're only through 10.
Yeah.
Key catalyst to his team winning right now. Not to mention, MVP's got to be on a winning team. And let's see, they are currently top of their division, AFC North, at 8-2.
Yeah, absolute facts. Yeah, I'm gonna agree 1,000,000%. I don't want to give it to him. I wanna argue with you here, and I want to say that you're wrong on the most improved player from last year. I will think that would be Dak Prescott. Ooh, hot take from a Cowboys fan, right? I think Dak right now, number 2 in the league in passing right now? Dak Prescott right now? He's number 2 in the MVP race, in my personal opinion. And I am an anti-Dak Dallas Cowboys fan. I am a Romo diehard.
That is true.
I'm going to have to give it to Lamar, man.
I've never seen someone hate Dak Prescott as much as you do.
Absolute facts. And
I'm going to have to kind of disagree with you, though, and he's number 2. Their team is 6-4.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was really that man, even though he is playing great, I'm going to give it to you. He is playing outstanding. And we had this discussion before the season started, and you've yet to say that I was right. I told you, right?
You're right.
That watch out for Dak. That he was going to be a hell of a player this year. And the man's thrown for what? 2 consecutive 400-yard games, maybe 3.
It's
for 444 yards last week.
Yeah, it's 3 right now.
The week before.
Yeah, I agree. I was wrong, but let's.
But what I'm saying though is, I think Russell Wilson is a very good argument to be right up there with Lamar, if not ahead of him. I'm taking Lamar because I think Lamar does more than Russell Wilson, because the Seahawks also have an incredible defense. They've made some great pickups with Davion Clowney. But Russell Wilson right now has 23 touchdowns to 2 interceptions.
Yeah, well, it's great. And he's the sneakiest guy right now on the MVP list. Probably the least talked about guy on the MVP race. Absolutely agree. But can I throw a wrench in there if we go back to the... I know we'll kind of get off topic every now and then. Can I throw a wrench in there? Let's talk about Prescott Jackson. Who has the better running back?
Under Lamar or Prescott?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to go with the Cowboys.
You think right now Zeke is outperforming Mark Ingram?
No, I don't think he's outperforming Mark Ingram. But let me follow your question with another question. Who would you take for the next 3 years, Mark Ingram or Ezekiel Elliott? You also have to take into consideration that the defense is probably keying in on Lamar way more than they're keying in on Dak. So when you have the running back option, those defense, you know how you play ball. Those linebackers, that front seven, or that front seven has to first pay attention to Lamar, and then they'll pay attention to Mark Ingram, because who's going to break away for an 80-yard run more likely, Lamar Jackson or Mark Ingram?
It's sad to say Lamar. Yeah, I think Ingram.
I love me some Mark Ingram though.
He's having a great year this year. Great year.
I don't think the should have ever got rid of him.
I agree completely. And right now Zeke's breaking my heart. We'll get into him this weekend when I can get Keo on the stream and we can talk a little bit more strictly sports. But Zeke's breaking my heart right now.
Looks like he's just still in Cabo,
Yeah, I think he left us.
running in sand.
Ran for 3 straight 100-yard games and then disappeared once again after never showing back up. I mean, yeah, that's for.
Now, I'll give it to you on Dak. I think Dak is the number 1, if not the number 2 QBR, best QBR in the league.
No, number 2 passing yards. I think it's number 2.
He's number 2 passing yards with his team is also ranked number 2 in the most drops in the league. So when you put that together,
I thought they were the most.
they're number 2.
Yeah,
When you combine that, that's just amazing.
yeah, I agree. Most times, sure.
He is definitely the captain of that team, no question. I didn't ever think he was going to be the captain, but I knew he was getting better.
Yeah,
But the way Lamar Jackson has just improved, you're talking about a player that when he first came in, he did not look like he could throw the ball. He just didn't. He reminded me of a faster, more athletic Tim Tebow that was inaccurate, and always would not go through his progressions and just break off and run.
which I thought he was. I thought he was more of the definition of Troy Smith. I don't know if you remember him coming out of Ohio State.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of who he reminded me of.
I can get, but Troy Smith never really got the break that he needed.
Yeah. I think Lamar got put in a perfect situation. Great head coach, great defense. A lot of people, how good that defense and a great offensive line. And
Well, the beautiful thing about it is, I agree 100%. I don't think Lamar would have been as successful anywhere else. The offensive coordinator that is dealing with Lamar Jackson is the same offensive coordinator that dealt with Colin Kaepernick. And if you really look at it,
Cap had great numbers at certain points.
but Kaepernick is, not identical, but a very similar player as Lamar Jackson was.
Yeah.
The man, he had that playoff game where he threw for 350 and ran for 200. You're talking about a very similar player. Granted, he doesn't have the speed or cuts that Lamar Jackson is. Lamar Jackson is just schooling people, just put them on posters.
Yeah.
But what a great offensive coordinator to have when you already know that type of style.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson's perfect for the league because he's destroying this facade or this image that we have of you have to have a pocket quarterback in order to be successful in this league. You have to have a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers to be successful in this league. You don't have to.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of how the game's transition. College, you want the mobile quarterback. NFL, you want the guy who sits in there and plays for 20 years. Yeah, I agree.
Goes to really show you, though, of a player working on his craft because, you got Lamar Jackson who is basically, you could tell, steady improvement year after year, month after month, game after game. And you had a person that, Cam Newton, who had all of the talent in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Arm talent and physical attributes.
And his game has done nothing but progressed when he made it to the top.
Yeah, I agree 1,000,000%. I think Lamar's probably the most motivated player in the NFL, easily. I mean, he went through
In the league?
Yeah.
I would say motivation. I don't know. That's tough to say. I would think motivation-wise, I think you could put Dak up there with motivation. Dak looks like a very motivated player.
Well, I think that's Dak's natural fire, but, I mean, Lamar, nobody ever came out and said, Dak was always a system quarterback. Everyone always thought Dak was a system quarterback, like when he was at Mississippi State. I think when Lamar came out, it was like, this dude's a running back, He has no business being here.
Yeah.
I think that's a chip he's always just, kept with him.
I love that. Keep that chip. That'll be successful. Many players have look at Tom Brady. Prime example. That man still keeps the chip.
I didn't know Tom Brady was one of the highest recruited high school quarterbacks, though.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he was in the Elite 11 when he was in high school. One of the original Elite 11 camps for quarterbacks. I absolutely never knew that. Never had a clue.
No idea.
Yeah, I had no clue. And he kind of just disappeared there for a while when he was at Michigan. Because I kind of thought Tom Brady was this walk-on story, but I need to kind of do my due diligence on that, I think.
Natho. I hadn't talked to Natho in forever.
Yeah. We'll get off a COD and start doing podcasts, moving on up in the world, man. Now you see who rides with you. Nathan, it's glad to see you there, bud. Let's see. What else? What else do we have? I guess we can go into. We'll go ahead and go into the playoffs. I'll end this little amazing video I have going right here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. We'll pull off the playoffs right now.